Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, Wednesdays, campers? What's up, Wednesdays, smilers? Welcome to another edition of What's Up Wednesday, where Scott and Shorty fills you in on what's happening on the weekly adventures of the business of smiles. Mate, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? How are you? How you doing?
Well, to be perfectly honest, Shorty, I love the intro, right? Because every week we try and do something a little bit different. And here's you pointing at the screen, and I'm just like, that is just gold. Because what can I share? I hope you don't mind. So, but just before we get on, like we just do something stupid for each other just to pump each other up. And I look up and Shorty's like, ah! Oh my God, I love it. It's so much fun. How am
So
I?
much fun.
It is, and that's what it's about, right? It's about having fun and doing what we've got to do. Because this weekend may not be so much fun for us, Shorty. Let's be honest about it. How you feeling about it?
I'm. Firstly, would you like to tell the amazing viewers what we've got on this weekend?
Well, this weekend, Mr. Short, you and I, and roughly around about the time the email goes out to everybody, you and I are taking off on an adventure. We're doing the 4x4x48. I'm doing more of a 5.2 by a 4x48 at the minute because we've had some amazing people jumping on board. But what that is it's an event where the recovery is actually more important than the actual action, because every 4 hours you take off for a 4 mile run, and then you got roughly 3 hours to recover, get some nutrition in, get a rest, sleep, whatever you got to do, then get up and do it again. You do that 12 times. And it's actually about the recovery, which is what we're about. We're about the recovery of the living school. We're about getting sporting equipment to the living school for the kids so they can get back into doing some things at school, giving them a safe place to be so that they can focus on the things they need to focus on. And I think that's amazing, Shorty. It's absolutely amazing. And I know the conversations I've been having of late have just been wonderful, like just touching base. And the number one thing for me that I'm loving at the minute is the human spirit. The human spirit is just phenomenal. It's grass. We got subtitles on tonight. I love it. I hope they can decipher my English. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Thanks, Melissa. And it's the community that we're getting behind, the human spirit, right? We're down here in Melbourne. What's our connection up there? Just you? Nah, it's a human spirit, right? We're getting behind each other. We're supporting the kids so we can support the parents. And I love the fact that the community down here in Melbourne is being just as supportive as it is up there. It's just fantastic. So I'm going to grab that for a second. I'm really sorry. Like, it's great for people who can lip read. I'll shave my mo so people can read. Do my lips, Melissa. Oh, I love it. So there we go. Throw it out a little bit. But it's pretty serious, right? It's about the recovery. And we want to see things blossom. We had the conversation with John Stewart the other day, Shorty, and that was an amazing conversation where we learned about him, what the human spirit he's seen, and how much that's been strengthened by this opportunity. It's not pleasant to go through, but hey, we're going to go through it. We're going to go through it together, which is exactly what we're doing on the weekend. Is not going to be pleasant. Looking at the forecast, it's really going to be unpleasant. However, again, it's got nothing to do with the event. It's got everything to do with the recovery. So that's what we're on this weekend. I am pumped. I'm a little bit nervous. I threw myself under the bus by saying that every person who sponsored me, I do an extra 5 laps of the oval. It's an extra 2K. So that's a lazy half marathon on top of everything else. So far, I'm doing 16 extra Ks. 16 extra Ks. So I'm stoked. And I'm just going to jump straight into thanking the people who jumped on board, if that's all right, because I'm so... it's an interesting time of life at the moment. A lot of people are dealing with things differently. And when people jump behind you and giving you their best foot because they believe in what you're doing, they believe in the community, they believe in the human spirit, it's just wonderful. So I'm going to start with RH Sports and Jeff Dodd. Thank you so much. He's actually supplying the equipment that we're sending up to Lismore. I've got Oxygenate, which is recovery wear. they've jumped straight on board and got in there too. So which is awesome. Wye River Big Four. Now I spend my summer down there, and I spend 2.5, 3 weeks down there every year, and I love the community. I feel like I'm a part of the community down there, and it's such an important place for me to go and recharge. So I'm ready and firing for when I get back here for the new year. So I come back and I'm firing. Maddie and Leanne have jumped on board and just supporting us, and I'm just so grateful, all because of the gorgeous Jen, who's one of the Cold Water Crazies, who's actually gone down there with Socks, talked about what we're doing, and how funny is that we actually all know each other, and it's just led into a great opportunity. And I just want to go another one for the Cold Water Crazies. They are just amazing. The support and the love that they give me, which enables give us, is just phenomenal. Because Kirsten from Granted, what an opportunity that is. They support businesses in getting their funding. Might have to lean into that one a little bit harder. But thank you so much for jumping on board. You know, we've only met once, and because of what happened down on the beach, you jumped straight in and supported us, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Maddie from Solar Smart Electrical. You want to do your PV? You're in Melbourne, you want PV? Electric cars are becoming their norm. So, you know, how are we going to sort this out? Put solar panels on the roof of your house. It was funny, when I was back in the days of building swimming pools, we'd actually build swimming pools without thermal water on the roof. We'd actually put PV panels in, and Matty did all of those for us. His systems are phenomenal, and the way in which he understands it is beautiful. So that's from personal experience. Very happy with that. Bayway Building Surveying, jumping on board. Stoked. Just love it. Like we're crossing a lot of boundaries. People have been up to Lismore. They know the community up there. They want to let them. And the big one, who's a beautiful thing for me, is Business Builders Black Belt. What an amazing crew they are, jumping in behind us. And Mick's actually asked to sponsor the last run for me. He wants to do the last one because he wants me to feel the pain most. That's been his whole inspiration behind it, is the fact that the $500 that they're putting in behind us is actually to make me feel the most possible pain. So for that, I really want to thank you, Mick. Oh, I love you for it, I think.
Oh, that's the best.
So that's a little bit about what's been going on down in Melbourne, and we'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. But I just, you know, I'm so proud of our community. I'm so proud of, you know, what's going on up there with everybody, Shorty, about support for one another. I'm so proud of people sending you their love and care and just saying, I see you. So we're running. Yeah, I see you. I love it. So that's a little bit for me. I'll get back into a little bit more in a minute. But you've had a massive week. Oh, actually, just quickly, cost. So I was walking around Mornington the other day, handing out flyers for what's going on this weekend, and just the connection with amazing people and the hearts of which we touch, just from a pair of socks to a brochure, and just letting them know what we're doing. I'm so well. Hey Janelle, how are you? Look, I hope you're recovering well. Yeah. So, but it's going to be a magic event, Shorty, and yeah. So that's what's happening down in Melbourne. Over to you.
And I just want to just grab that, and just from my heart to yours, to everyone else down there in Melbourne who have jumped on, you know, even though we're states apart, we're next door neighbors, and the ability to come together, the We Together movement initiative, it's just more than ever right now is a perfect example on how this plays out, because it's absolutely incredible on this community, how it's rallied behind a vision of a school to help to rebuild from people all over. We've had people, Caroline from Ireland, reaching out. That was absolutely beautiful, right? I've actually sent John a message, and he is so excited. He's going to send the plans through to see how we can work together on an architectural, on a sustainability. It's just like, this is just absolutely incredible. It's so exciting. So thank you for all those sponsors in Melbourne who are getting behind it. and thank you for everyone who's jumping on and supporting this. It's absolutely beautiful, and there's some incredible people who I'd like to acknowledge. First one is Murray Parr. Muzz is a good friend of mine. He, I met him just over a year ago up here in the Northern Rivers through massage. He's magic hands, I like to call him. He's incredible. And he said, Shorty, whatever you need, I'm here to support both him and Ange for the weekend. So Muzz is actually staying with me for the whole weekend. And after I get from each stage, I finish each stage, there's an ice bath that is being donated by some great guys up here in the Northern Rivers. It's absolutely amazing. He's going to get me on the table and give me a bit of a massage, and he's going to stay with me for the whole weekend. So I bet you're jealous, Scotty, that you'd like Muzz's hands on you, but he's mine, my friend. So I'm sorry about that. I'll have to organise another time for that to happen.
What's the flight? 2 hours?
So and this is the aspect of that. It's really, people like Mars coming together and just saying, what do you need? How can I help? Working on their geniuses, and really it's just going to be incredible. I'd also like to acknowledge once again a good friend of both of ours who's really worked tirelessly behind the scenes to do numerous introductions, numerous connections, and started this whole connection between both of us. And that's Alan Stevens, tirelessly, always behind the scenes, going sort of undercover, but just really helping connecting us to the right people. Alan, from our heart to yours, none of this would be possible without you, mate. So I just want to say a huge thank you. So really, really appreciate it. Some amazing sponsors that have come on board. A good mate of mine, David Gray. He runs a number of Elders real estate offices up on the North Coast, and his office too in Lismore. He's got an office in Lismore that he owns. Devastated. Hundreds of managements of clients that he helps to manage their property gone, wiped out. He's helped his team to rebuild their office, and they're going through that process now. But he also saw the importance of helping to rebuild the school, and so Dave sponsored one of the stages. So, mate, thank you so much for getting on board with this initiative. It's absolutely amazing. Daniel Kasher from PPD Real Estate. He's a good mate of mine as well. He's actually sponsored 2 stages. He goes, mate, Shorty, you've helped me getting through my runs, and I know the importance of this, and I know the pain that you're going to go through too. He goes, good luck with it, and I really appreciate all your support then. Michael Quinn from Wealth Efficiency. Once again, he knows the mindset and the mental toughness that needs to go through this challenge, but also the importance of rebuilding schools. So, Quinny, thank you for the sponsoring of the stage. Luke Darcy from Guardian Site Solutions. Luke's from Newcastle. He's seen the devastations. He's behind us 100%. So thank you so much. We've also got a few others that are in the wings, and I just wanted to acknowledge them from Craig from Excedia Accountants and Gab from Hot Property Solutions. I know they're in the wings, and I'm sure they'll be reaching out shortly. But I also wanted to take special note to my family as well. Nat and the kids, they're supporting us every step of the way, and it's just, they've got to run everything behind it, and they know it's gonna take. They've been supported on a lot of other events and races that I've been in, and from my heart, just super appreciative of their ongoing support. And a lot of the local businesses around here are getting support around it, like Braden from Bell Property up here. Tent, water, supplies, whatever you need, Shorty, we're there, mate. We're there to support it. A couple of the staff members are going to run some of the stages with me. They're going to come out in all different stages. We've got the guys from CrossFit in Ballina, Aaron and Lindsay. They're going to come out, bring the little one. A few of the members are coming out and running some of the stages with me as well, and the kids from the Living School. I just saw one of the parents today, and they said, we're moving house on Monday, but we can't let this opportunity go by and not support you. And they thought, let's challenge ourselves of what stage that Shorty would need it the most. So they're going to come out at 12 a.m. and or 4 a.m. to run and walk with me, because if I can do the whole 48 hours, at least they can come out and support. And their parents are the living school as well. So it's absolutely going to be amazing. The kids are going to bring instrument down. They're going to bring bikes and scooters down just to really get amongst us. And it's just going to be a beautiful community event. We've got Byron Bay runners. They're going to come down and do some laps with us as well. So, mate, it is going to be, I don't know how many people are rocking up. I was speaking to the Cavern Bar Centre the other day, and they go, we've got a soccer tournament on. We've got cycling tournament. I said, more the merrier. Bring it on. They're going, I said, yeah. So, like, we'll just get it pumping down there. So if you're up in the Byron vicinity, come and join us at the Cavern Bar Centre. It's going to be an awesome weekend. Scotty, back to you.
I'm listening to that, and like I'm a little bit jealous, to be honest. I'm a little bit jealous about the amount of people you're going to have around you. I'm a little bit jealous the amount of people that are offering to run with you. Maybe I haven't promoted hard enough yet. Are you in Melbourne on the weekend? Do you feel like a jog or walk? Come down and join me.
Or a scooter?
Or a scooter, whatever you need. Get down there, come with, right? Because this is the whole point. It's about all together. You know, and I'm sitting there listening, and I want to throw some big thanks to a couple of people that are behind the scenes doing a lot. And that's Andrea Marshall and Janelle Browning. They're consistently there doing some amazing things. Unfortunately, Janelle's got the C at the moment. So unfortunately, she's not going to be where we hope she'd be. So that is what it is. However, you know, we've got some amazing people that will be out and about. Andrew's going to be down there. I'm hoping Oscar and Marcella come down for a little bit, and they're pretty used to me doing these but these things to try and bring people up and bring people together. But it's just so important right now, you know. Whether I'm down there on my own, Shorty, running in the rain, or whether or not there's people with us, we're here for the bigger purpose, right? Everything's about the bigger purpose, and that's what I love. And this is beautiful. I love it. The Cold Water Crazies will be there for sure, and it's going to be cold water down there too. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Look at that. Got your back. This is what our community does. This is what we're doing for one another. We've got each other's backs. You know, Lynn's amazing, and I can't thank you enough, Lynn. And I know there'll be a lot of smiles and tutus, wink, wink, down there in Mornington. But it's just, I'm going to go a little bit sideways, a little bit shorty just for a sec, because I just want to talk about something. Because I just, you know, this opportunity called life that we're all involved in, and what is it? What is it we're meant to be doing? You know, we sit here every week, you and I, Shorty, and we share our lives, we share our highs, we share our lows, and we support our communities. And this is what life's about. Life's about supporting one another to see just what we can achieve. When we hit those lows, we sit, we don't have to say anything, we're just there together. This weekend, no matter what, we're just there together. And that's the most important part of all of this. And I'm so proud, but I feel so connected to my community right now. I feel like I can accomplish anything, because I'll have the Cold Water Crazies in tutus. But we'll have each other, you know. We got you down here. I hope you feel it.
Big time. Big time. And, you know, it was really interesting just taking that on the weekend. Muzz and I hit the streets of Byron just to hand out socks and just to acknowledge people, because in Byron town there was a flash flood that they stopped the shops 4 weeks later that's still not open, that are still closed down. Quick flood up and then down, but you know, you can still walk into the shops under that musty smell, so that you know that it's not dried out completely. And so we were walking into the shops and just, just saying thank you to people, acknowledging people. And instantly you could just feel the, wow, thank you. I really needed that right now. Thank you. I'm doing it tough right now. And we just shed a tear. And it was absolutely a beautiful experience just to catch people where they've got this, that it's really interesting, the psychology that's going on right now, because the thought process that there's always someone worse off than me. I've lost my home. I've lost this, I've lost that, but there's always someone worse off than me. And just to acknowledge someone who may have lost nothing, but may have lost everything at the same time, to see, to show, to feel that they've been, like, there's someone there for them, to acknowledge them and to gift them a pair of socks and to share that sock story is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I was talking to someone today. His house got wiped out. They're living in the backyard in a tent. They can't go into their house with their kids, and he's back to work. But I spoke to him today. He goes, "Shorty, mate, I just need to get back into my rituals." He goes, "My morning rituals will set this up for the day, will allow me to get out there and hit the community and do the work that I need to do in order to provide income for my family." He goes, I can't sit in it anymore. I've got to get out. But in order to do that, 5 a.m. And he's written his rituals out. And this is the thing, is like, by actually hearing and being and sitting with them and just listening to them and knowing that they've got someone behind their back. So I said to him, I said, "Mate," I said, "you know what we're going to play?" He goes, "What?" I said, "We're going to play a little game." I said, "I want to support you." I said, "When you wake up tomorrow at 5 a.m., I want you to text me. Send me an SMS that I know that you know that you're up and ready to go." Because he said that was the hardest thing, is getting up and going through that thought process of, oh, maybe I can sleep in. I don't have my yoga mat. I don't have this. I don't have that. I said, if you know that I'm waiting for that SMS at 5 a.m., you'll get up. You'll do it. He goes, "Thank you so much." I said, "Mate, we're in this together. Let's do this." And so by walking the streets and hearing these stories and handing out the socks, we are making a difference. You watching tonight are making a difference.
Mhm.
The community is making a difference. And we've talked about before, the rippling effect. It is creating a movement of supporting, seeing, hearing, feeling, and being there for one another that's having a huge, huge rippling effect. Not just Sydney, not just Byron, not just Melbourne, not just Australia, but on a global element. So keep shining, keep being bright, keep putting your hand up, keep having conversations, because the impact that you're having watching this and sharing these stories and these messages is absolutely divine. And I just want to say thank you to you for watching and being part of the community. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I love that, Shorty, because the ripple effect, right? And quite often, like at the moment, there's so many things going on in people's lives. There's so many places to donate to. There's so many places. So what's having an impact? What if you haven't got the money to put in? Share the story. That's just as, if not more important. Come down, support us while we're running. Just come down, say g'day, give us a high five, get us through it, because it actually, that energy it creates, it's a funnel. It just gets sent, and you can feel it and share it. And I'll speak for both of us. We're just so proud of the communities, like to have an international opportunity just from the business of smiles to bring things together to make things stronger. It's just wonderful, and it's all because it comes back to one thing: human spirit, care. I'm adoring seeing how much is out there. I'm adoring walking the streets saying thank you to people for doing their best. I think it's amazing. I'm just so grateful, so grateful for it, Shorty. So over to you, mate. Because one question for you: how is your preparation been? Where you at?
I do got to share a story, right? I do got to share a story. So some may or may not know I've got a little issue with my calf muscle, particularly on the right-hand side. I call it the old man's injury, but I'm secretly in denial. And so what was happening was that every time I went for a longer run or I went out too hard too early and hadn't warmed up, I'd get this like knife attack in my calf. I could run it out, I could keep on running, but I thought, let's pull up. Anyway, I had some treatment on it the other day and I was feeling good. And I said to the family, I said, after dinner, I've got to go for a run. And this was this was last night. Yeah, last night. No, Monday night. Last night I was at basketball. Monday night. And anyway, so Tiger, my son, my 12-year-old son, he goes, Dad, I'm cooking dinner. I said, cool. I said, what are we cooking? He goes, saw a YouTube dinner. I said, sweet, let's do it. So it was, he got avocado mixed with basil, mixed with lemon, and mixed with olive oil, and he put it in the blender, zoomed it all up, and it came out with a nice puree with a bit of gluten-free pasta, and put it all together. It came out, bit of chili. It's like, it's divine. I felt so energized after it. So then I went out for a run, and I've got this 5K lap that I do, and I was absolutely pumping it. I was just like, I just felt like a new lease of life. And I came back and I looked at my watch, and it was my fastest time over the past 6 weeks that I've done. No calf injury, nothing at all. I felt like, here we go. Bring on Friday night. And I rocked in the door. I said, Tiger, where are you? He goes, what's up, Dad? He goes, mate, thank you. He goes, what for? I said, that dinner got me through with a new PB. He started laughing. He goes, no worries, Dad. Avocado pasta. I'm onto something there. Look out.
Send the recipe.
Yeah. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. And I think you hit the nail on the head in relations to recovery, because looking at that and speaking to Caroline, the president of the Byron Bay Runners, she's had a few of the runners go through the event as well. She said the food is so important between stages. So tick that off the list of food prep. The ice bath after, tick that off. Massage afterwards, tick that off. So I'm super excited, totally nervous, knowing that it's going to be 90% up between the ears, and the body's just got to catch up. So that's me, mate. That's me. What about you? How are you feeling? How's everything upstairs and downstairs for you?
Yeah, look, my feet are always an issue. So that's always been the case for me. I've got 2 Morton neuromas in my left foot, so that kicks in pretty hard. So basically, after about 4K, it starts getting interesting for me. It's always been the way, so that's just a mindset scenario. Food's my interesting one, because I like to mix it up a bit. I don't like to stay on the same thing, but basically bacon, sweet potatoes, and jam and peanut butter sandwiches, crust cut off and just rolled. So it's just like just pull it out, wrap it up, beautiful. But once again, recovery is everything, right? So I'm a little bit different. So I'll be stretching, getting on the roller, making sure that I get some sleep. That'll be the focus for me. I've got to get that bit of sleep. Even if it's just an hour, whatever, I just got to get that sleep, because that's what keeps me ticking over. Because my mindset is, I've got to wake up and run. I run in the morning, so I wake up, I run. That's what I do every day anyway. So I've got to get up and run. So that's a bit of a thing for my head to get through this, because it's a great challenge. It's a great opportunity, and it's at the moment, like it's nearly 100 Ks for me. So it's going to be a pretty big effort. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing who comes down, comes and supports. Because we'll have socks and that's one thing I want to say to everyone. Over the weekend, every pair of socks we sell will be going directly into the fund. We want those gym mats, which I think, by the sounds of it, we're over already, which is awesome. So whatever money is over, we're going to put into socks and actually do some more stuff with the school. Every cent goes straight to the school anyway, so it doesn't. But it's just, we want to actually make sure that people know exactly where dollar for dollar everything goes, because that's something I feel we don't get enough of. Something I feel is really important. So that's something we'll be doing throughout this process, because it's just nice to know where you make the impact too. So on that one, Shorty, 8 o'clock Friday night. We'll probably kick off with a bit of a live around about 7:30, and then you can set the siren up there at 8 o'clock in the pitch black, and we'll go for it. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to learning more about me. I'm looking forward to having people come down and just say g'day. Do the midnight at 4 a.m. They're the big ones. They're the ones that hurt. Yeah, especially on the Saturday night. So if you're out and about, get down, get around us, because we're going to need it.
Big time.
Yeah. So anything else for you, Shorty?
One last thing. If you know of a business that might want to support us in these final stages, that might want to come on board, just tag them in the video in the comments, so we can reach out to them and have a conversation. Because I know there's probably a couple of businesses that go, oh, this would be amazing for ABC or XYZ business to jump on board and be part of it. So if you know any businesses that wanted to come on and support us and support the school on this epic event, please, just tag them in the comments and let's have a conversation with them. And finally, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting the school. From our hearts to yours, from our smiles to yours. Really appreciate all the support, all the love, all the care. Oh, it's amazing. So have a wonderful night, and stay tuned for the Facebook Lives coming in over the weekend. It's going to be bright. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be everything in between. We are so excited and nervous for the event. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Beautiful. One thing from me. It's time to reconnect. It's time to bridge the gap. The time is now, and we're all going to do it with a smile on this weekend. So thank you so much.